Congrats, 10 boys.
Nice. There's 10 boys.
You got too horny, and that's why.
I don't want him to come. Jake, how horny does this make you?
Very horny.
It's one big joke. Believe me, Minnesota sports in all sorts. You see, they know it's never gonna get easy. You see, they know it's Minnesota, constant pain and misery.
And I'm a part of Al-Qaeda.
It's 10K TV. It's one big joke. Believe me, Minnesota sports. In all sorts.
Dude, he could turn Daniel Jones into Brett Favre.
Minus the penis pics.
You can legally smoke crack.
What is a DVOA?
I win dicks, vaginas, or ass.
I think that's what it is.
Don't know much except to yell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of 10KTV presented by 10,000 Takes. My name is Boss Man. I'm joined as always by journalist Jake, who you look dressed up, man. You did your hair, you wore a quarter zip. Were you in the office today or what?
No, I mean, I just threw in some. I do put in product in my hair every day. I just typically wear a hat. So I think
Wait, you throw in product and you wear a hat?
sometimes
It's a good way to frame it, right?
Sometimes it's a good way to frame it, but I don't know. I think I'm not wearing a hat, and now you guys think
Sarge has hair gel in too, dude. I feel like a fucking loser now wearing a hat.
No,
I feel like a casual.
Look, I always wear a hat. I got a haircut about a month ago. You know, I got to show off whatever hair I'm gonna have left for hopefully a long time. So I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in the office or anything. I'm put on a golf pullover that has our logo on it.
Make more of those. I just forgot we made all those new era golf.
Yeah, this is
The Unreal ones too. Travis Matthew.
this is Adidas.
Although that one's Adidas.
Yeah.
The Travis Matthew one was like 130. I was like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, well, I got
Credit to all the brave soldiers who did buy that on the
Yeah.
old site. But all right, let's get into the show, guys. We got a fun agenda packed in for you here. Let's start off with by far the most glaring thing in Minnesota sports right now. Something that enough strangers at the bars this weekend decided to confront me about, thinking that I might have the answer to it because we run a page with like some followers online. But what will the Vikings do at quarterback? Nothing's decided yet, and it's feeling more and more like every day that goes on, we get closer to signing Aaron Rodgers.
It feels like that, right? I 2 weeks ago it was like, no, we're not getting Aaron Rodgers, and now it's like it makes so much sense. Look at the team that we have. He gives us the best chance to win now, but there's so many people that are like, well, then there's people like putting out sources saying that the Vikings are not interested. There's no way they're just not interested in signing Aaron Rodgers.
Because he would have either chosen one of those two teams or retired by now.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is still true, but everyone was skeptical that they hadn't done the new player intro press conferences yet. I don't know if they've done those yet. I don't think so. And the fact that they're waiting to have the new players face the media would mean that they're not done signing players.
No, they're not. Well, they have to figure their shit out with quarterbacks soon. You can't just have Brett Ripon and
Well, you don't believe in you don't want to be on the Ripon train?
Ripon train. I guess we gotta get riped up for Brett Ripon.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound right.
Let's get riped, Vikings fans.
Let's get riped. Yeah.
4 interceptions inbound.
Oh man,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, let's go. But then you got JJ McCarthy, which I think everyone's hopeful for. But we're in the same position like a week later. But now there's like less quarterbacks on the board. Minshew is gone. Everybody's saying.
I was really mad because he released this workout video last week where he was like rocking the mullet and he was shirtless, and it was like the most Uncle Rico tape of all time of him exercising. And then he proceeds to go to the Chiefs. I was like, we fucked up there, dude. Just the content alone for us in general of having Gardner Minshew on the roster, he probably would have parked that van in like the TCO parking lot and would have survived off like ham sandwiches and
what's that? What's the gross liquor from Trailer Park Boys? Swish.
Yeah, he would have been drinking Swish out of a barrel.
Yeah, you're like Swish is this old dirty liquor.
Yeah.
Oh,
multi-millionaire just living in a camper, but
dude, that we did miss out there. Kevin O'Connell, we might have missed out there for that.
I was thinking of this today though, like this is the most Vikings thing ever that this whole ordeal is happening because none of this happens if JJ McCarthy does not tear his MCL. after playing an amazing debut in the preseason. Like, he would have had enough time to develop last year. They would have seen him practice enough to know whether he's the guy, at least for this year or not. And because he did that and got hurt, like in Minnesota fashion, someone would. Now we're in this predicament where it's like we choose between him, who's coming off this MCL tear. It was MCL, right?
MCL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or an aging Aaron Rodgers, who's also kind of still coming off an injury. So this all happened because McCarthy got hurt after he played an amazing game, of course.
And I think the team is like light years ahead of where they expected them to be. Because I don't think they I didn't, to go 14-3 with Sam Darnold. And that wasn't obviously all Sam Darnold. It was because of the defensive improvements, Brian Flores. And now we've only added on to that on the defensive side and keeping Harrison Smith. I mean, we'll talk about that. And then the offensive line getting better. Now it's like, oh, shit, we can actually win a Super Bowl with this team.
Yeah.
And you're going to put it all on the backs of J.J. McCarthy, which you can be hopeful for. That's great and everything. And people are like, oh, he played at Michigan, blah, blah, blah. But he hasn't played in a regular NFL season game yet. Are you going to put it on the back of him to lead this elite team? Well, allegedly elite team. So, yeah, it's an interesting predicament they're now in. So, but yeah, it's Minnesota fashion.
All right, I got an interesting stat. I want
Yeah.
you guys to guess. How many touchdowns do you think Aaron Rodgers threw last year?
I think
He was top 10
I already know this.
He is top 10.
stats.
I think I saw it. Was it 28 touchdowns?
28 touchdowns, more than I thought.
damn good.
And that's tied with Josh Allen, and that's more than Patrick Mahomes.
Good company.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm advocating for it, but I'm getting closer to wanting it.
Well, no, I didn't realize people were bringing up the stats and how well he did. I didn't think he played that well. He was like 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Like, imagine if he was on now this team that has this offensive line that's improved and defense and everything to complement it. I think he would do fantastic. I mean,
If we sign him, we can't let him bring that goofy-ass helmet.
no.
That makes him look like a Martian. We can't. He's got to leave that in New York.
Yeah, well, leave that in the past, everywhere he's
Yes.
been.
Yes.
Like he
Never
didn't adapt
dude.
to it in his later years at the
Terrible
Packers.
look.
Yeah, it's brutal. I don't know what that is, but Aaron, I don't know what you're holding on to. You can hold on to all the political beliefs and stuff and whatever you have, but just get rid of the helmet, dude.
What do you guys think? So you guys remember how like immediately after he went to New York, he did all of this like stereotypical New York stuff? If he moved to Minnesota, what do you think he would do for like a photo shoot that makes him, like how guys will go to a lake, like Dallas Turner was fishing when he got signed. Like, what do you think is the first thing Aaron Rodgers would do publicly to be like, I am now a Minnesota guy?
First thing that comes to mind, he laces up the skates, tries to go skating
Can he
somewhere.
skate?
I wouldn't put it past him. I bet he could.
I feel like you're just going to see a video of Aaron Rodgers just absolutely skating circles.
He could join Justin Morneau's backyard pond hockey game.
Yeah.
You know how he has like a ton of celebrities over and former athletes and stuff, and they play like pickup?
Yep. And
Aaron Rodgers will get the invite to that.
And he'll be the guy that's just absolutely like becoming the enforcer out there, just
Yeah.
decking people, checking them in the boards, and being like, "Bro, get up, pussy!" Like
Throwing hits.
Yeah, just trying to get into fights in a backyard hockey game. But
What if the Vikings, as part of the contract, made him go ayahuasca free, and they made him go to that rehab center that Chevy Chase went to, and like wherever that was?
here,
Yeah.
I don't know. They'll. I don't know if that's a part of the contract. He might just say, "I'm gonna retire."
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do drugs in the mountains for the rest of my life. I've
Yeah.
got enough money.
Not a bad gig.
All right, let's move on. So, second topic we got here, we had a little Monday morning golf at the Players. I don't know if you guys had the chance to wake up and watch that today, but it went exactly how I thought it would. Rory McIlroy beat the brakes off of JJ Spawn. Interesting thing about JJ Spawn, if you listen to him be interviewed, his voice is a lot higher than it sounds like it should be. Was anyone else shocked by that?
Oh,
When they-
Spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yesterday.
he's got this he's a shorter guy, but he's got like this kind of masculine look. He's got a beard and he's 30, I think 7 years old or something. He's a little older. And then he talks and he's like, yeah, I thought it was just a good day on the golf course. Like he's got such a high voice. It threw me for a loop.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I was interested to hear his interview, to obviously hear his thoughts. But I'm like, I never really actually heard this guy talk. I haven't heard his name that much. I've heard his name come up a little more in the last couple of years on the tour. And yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, that the voice, for whatever reason, there was a vibe for me where I thought this guy was going to have a very strong accent.
Yeah.
Like he was
like very like Hispanic.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, like he came from like a Jonathan Vegas or something. But I think he obviously grew up here, and I don't know why. He did sound different from what, based on his name and just his look and stuff. Like, yeah, but
he's just got a very high voice. But he looked like Barstool Trent in the playoff. Launched a ball into the water on 17.
Yeah,
blocked his tee shot right on 18. Like, and I knew last night, I was like, dude, there's no way he's got to sleep on having to do a playoff hole, like 3 playoff holes with Rory
against Rory McIlroy.
No chance.
Well, how do these? I was thinking about this. Like, I know they had the 4-hour weather delay, so they were already talking about the playoff going to Monday. But I'm like, after playing 4 days of golf, like, that's just got to be rough to then wait a whole other night to just play a playoff 3 holes. That's not easy to do, and especially in Spawn shoes, going up against one of the golf's greats.
Yeah.
Talk about Sunday scaries, man.
Well, here's what's funny. This isn't even like the funniest occurrence of this happening. Do you guys remember what Matt Kuchar did last year?
Oh, no.
Where he picked up his ball on 18 and he said, I'm not playing today anymore. I'm going to finish the round tomorrow morning. Do you remember that story?
I don't remember that.
And they had to prepare the course, and all the vendors had to come out, and people had to come watch Kuchar hit 3 more shots. He wasn't even in contention to win either. He hit his tee shot, and he goes, it's too dark. I'm picking up my
I didn't know that
ball.
happened.
Yeah.
All-time tour
Oh, my
douche.
gosh.
Douchebag move.
Matt Doucher.
Dude, literally.
Any other golf fans in the chat remember that? By far the most, like, you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Especially if you're not in contention. You should just get a
withdrawal.
DQ or withdraw. When and where was that? What event was
Dude,
that?
it was late in the year. I think it might have been the first tournament of the playoff. It might have been the St. Jude or the BMW, the second round. Either way, he was not going to, his season was over.
He wasn't going to make the top 30 or whatever.
Yeah, he was in like 10th place in the tournament, and the tournament wasn't over. The PGA Tour couldn't even declare a victor, even though I believe that was the tournament my guy Aaron Rai won. They couldn't announce that he had won the tournament until the next morning because Matt Kuchar had to hit, I think he had 100-some yards out on 18.
It's too dark.
He was like, it's too fucking dark.
Man, the announcer, I got to watch that. They're probably like, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
You don't remember this, but.
Was he the only guy was he like the last player too?
100%.
Oh, man.
It was everyone. I mean, and there was no fans there. Like, it was literally just workers who had to probably take another day off of work because they're all volunteers. But really quick, final thing I have is, I think another reason JJ Spawn was never going to win that playoff was because he was playing an Irishman on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Luck of the Irish kicked in.
What did someone post something like? I thought I saw like people were making jokes that Irishman or a leprechaun won on St. Patrick's Day, so he wasn't gonna. He was not. It was set up.
Rory's from Northern Ireland. Do they still like? Because Northern Ireland's a different country.
Yeah, kind of. But for us Americans, he's still Irish.
All
to
the
us.
same.
All the same.
We're stereotyping it.
Dude, imagine though if that playoff was on the 4th of July, that would have been JJ Spawn all fucking day, buddy.
He would have had everybody on his side, but Rory, I mean, when was the last time he won the Players?
Like
2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, he was on a roll, and then St. Patrick's Day, he's Irish.
Dude, I wouldn't even have showed up to the golf course if I was JJ Spawn. I would have gotten out of my car waving a white flag and been like,
dude,
I'll take the silver medal before
I think
this
he
gets
knew
ugly.
like. So he was only like 1 or 2 rotations from that. Actually, his last putt, his birdie putt going in on 18 on Sunday. Like, I think I think that look of disappointment you saw wasn't like, oh fuck, I'm this close. It was like, I lost.
I just lost the tournament.
It's over.
And Rory's putt toilet bowled in.
Yeah.
He two-putted from like 75 feet. It was miraculous in the first place. But then, his second putt, which, you know what? I think the golf gods are trying to give him a few ticks back for just being fortunate putts over the years.
Yeah, being a good guy the last few years, with everything going on. So this could be his year. We'll see.
Also, don't feel too bad for JJ Spawn. He just won $2.75 million.
Yeah.
And he's probably got a hot wife.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Probably got an awesome car. Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
He's another one of those golfers, as we were talking about before we started here, that is just has a bigger build to him, despite walking 4 days a week,
Yep.
if not more,
Yep.
playing golf. He's making money. I'm sure he's got a banging wife, or girlfriend or whatever.
And it's early in the year, but based on the money list, he is technically on the Ryder Cup team right now.
That's
So,
what they were saying.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
if he keeps, he's gotten like 3 top 10 finishes this year. So this could be the year of JJ.
It is the year of JJ Spawn, JJ McCarthy, the year of Justin Jefferson, all the JJs around.
Yeah, 100%.
So maybe JJ Spawn is our Minnesota sponsored golfer.
He might be our guy.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy who like you'd never heard of until this year. So he'll definitely be playing in the 3M Open.
Yeah. Oh, now he will.
Probably
be.
has been playing in the 3M.
He probably
Open. I
has
just
been.
Didn't know who he was.
I think he probably has, because he was probably like a couple years ago when we were there. Probably that. Who's the leader? Who's in the top 5?
Yeah.
After one day, JJ Span. Is he related to Denard Span?
Denard Span, yeah.
No,
Twin.
still different. Okay.
Different guy.
Now he's on our radar. Now we're good, JJ. We see you.
All right, let's move on to possibly my favorite discussion topic of the show is Coyle announces leadership change in Gopher men's basketball. So issued, so this is on the Gopher Athletic website, 3/13/2025 at 1:07 a.m. A national search will start immediately for Minnesota's next head coach. Statement from Mark Coyle. I met with Ben in person early this morning. When he says early this morning, he means like midnight, because this statement came out at 1 a.m. Early this morning when the team returned to Minneapolis from the Big Ten men's tournament and informed him that we will be making a change at leadership. I thanked him. I think the most wild part of this entire statement, though, is when he said, these decisions are difficult and made after careful consideration and evaluation. It didn't take them long to be like, yeah, dude, this guy's done.
Yeah, well, I think I heard the story that, Coyle was a part of the national tournament selection committee, and I guess he flew back to Minneapolis from Indianapolis just to fire him.
Oh, yeah.
And then he flew back.
I love
Private jet.
corporate America, baby.
Private jet, but it's like, dude, just wait till the next day if you're gonna
Yeah.
I know for Johnson, if I'm in his shoes, just let me know if I'm done, man.
I think he probably knew.
There were probably conversations,
For sure,
honestly.
had to have known.
I know before Patino got canned, there were sources of him going into Coyle's office before the Big Ten tournament, and then he lost in the Big Ten tournament and he got canned. So there were probably all those conversations going around. But I just remember waking up to people texting like, "Are you happy?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I see Ben Johnson fired at 1:07 a.m. And all I could immediately think of was like queuing up the Goodfellas music, like
Adding him to the coaching, Minnesota coaching graveyard.
Yeah, add it to the video that we've already posted in the past of just more coaches that have just gone to the land of Minnesota's misfit coaches, I should say. But
Dude, so the other quote is when he said, "This is an extremely desirable job in one of the best conferences and cities in the nation." I agree with the second part. I don't think this is a job anyone wants right now.
this is a tough job because they're in a really tough position. I was thinking about this now. Like there have now been 5 or 6 NCAA tournaments that have passed since we have been in the NCAA basketball tournament. Last time we were in the tournament was 2019, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
When they won, and I think at that rate, and a little bit shout out to Patino, but who's in the tournament. I think they went in 2015, 2017, and 2019. So they made it in the span of like 3 of 5 years. I could be wrong. I know they made at least 2 of 3 years, and now they haven't made it in 6 years.
Yeah.
And then there were people kind of complaining about it's NIL and blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you can't go 25 and 67 in Big Ten play and say it was all NIL.
Yeah.
That's rough,
it's usually,
man.
It's kind of like a baseball team blaming the money, which, I mean, as Twins fans, we do pretty easily, but it's like,
Dude.
what was I going to say? I do love that the whole humor around this entire situation was just that they posted it at like 1 a.m. It kind of reminds me of a couple years ago when all the Deshaun Watson news was happening. Adam Schefter tweeted at like 3:10 a.m. saying that Deshaun Watson's treatment recovery from his sex addiction is going very well, and that he expects to be fully, like better from it. And like the comments were just horrendous on that, but like Schefter tweeted it at 3 a.m. to see if it would kind of fly under the radar.
And
I feel like
no,
that's
it
kind of what
doesn't.
the Gophers did. They were like, "Oh, let's schedule this at 1 a.m. Maybe people will wake up and there'll be NFL news, and it won't be that." No, it's going to be a big story.
No, people
There's
are
no
gonna-
getting away from it.
I feel bad for Ben Johnson. We're going to cut you some slack. We'll announce it after midnight. No, dude, people were waiting for this. You know, there was somebody still waiting up, refreshing his feed. I'm not going to bed until they see they fired his ass.
Right.
You know, there was
Start
people
like
like
one
that.
of those riots outside of Williams.
Yeah, or Mark Coyle's office or the AD Athletes Village.
I did come up with a list of possible replacements if you guys want to hear it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
For Ben Johnson. So the first one I generated this using Grok AI imaging, if you've seen it, but Coach K
Yeah,
would be.
Mike
That would be
Krzyzewski.
epic, actually. In all seriousness, that would be.
It's not going to happen, but God, it would be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be
that'd be
sick.
funny.
And
Yeah.
he,
ruin his legacy.
yeah, 100%, 100%. The second one I have is Tubby Smith. It's Tubby time. Bring him back.
Bring him back. Is he still coaching somewhere?
No, he was coaching at like Flagstaff University or something
Well-
up until 2022.
He was coaching. He went to Texas Tech, and then he went to his alma mater, High Point University.
That's the last place he coached.
Yeah, so that's where he was coaching.
Up until 2022. He'd probably retired because
He's
it's got to be a grueling job.
I'm done. He
Like
was
70,
old.
74.
Yeah, I mean, he had his step. He brought in. He had to have a. He would sit on a stool. I remember at
Yeah.
Williams Arena on the sideline, which was his kind of notorious look of what he would do. But
Well,
Tubby Smith,
I always tell you, my dad, like one of the 4 shirts he wears that's just full of holes and stuff.
Tubby
it
time?
says it's Tubby time because we went to a game when I was in middle school and they gave us those shirts for free.
Dude, that was
and he
great.
still fucking wears it. It's crazy.
I think I still have one of those actually around somewhere.
Okay, my third option, another Gopher alumni, Tony Dungy, because the football team always talks about bringing in Tony Dungy. No matter how many times he'll deny that he wants to coach the Gopher football team, people just keep throwing his name whenever the Gophers have like a bad stretch in terms of football.
Yeah, but now they should just start. They're throwing his name in the hat for any team now. If we could have even hired him as our hockey coach when we fired Lucia.
Yeah.
You got to throw him into any consideration of any Gopher coach because he is one of the most famed alum that the University of Minnesota has. I think we brought up though if they fired Johnson like back in the fall, we're like just hire PJ Fleck.
Oh, right.
Do both.
Yeah.
And
Almost like a small town. You know, in small towns, like you got the same guy probably coaching the football team and the basketball team.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Or like you have Bud Grant used to way back in the day. I think he played for the Lakers and was like an owner or a coach for them too, or something,
Yeah.
or weird. And then he was obviously a football coach. So
Yeah.
to add onto that list quick though, let's just obviously Richard Bettino
Yep.
is being linked to other jobs, like big time jobs like Virginia, even Iowa, who dismissed Fran McCaffrey.
Yep.
But you know what? We tried it with his son. Let's try it with his dad, Rick
Yeah.
Pitino,
Yeah. He's in a pretty good situation right now, but
at St. John's.
just
But
bring in an Italian.
they're bringing in Italian. Maybe not. Don't bring in the strippers with it,
Right.
like you did in Louisville.
Maybe
allegedly.
do it.
Hey, maybe it'll help. Maybe with NIL, there's some legality there
Right?
Rename
Deja vu!
Rename Deja Vu to the Bing.
now. Yeah.
Bada
Deja
bing. I have another one on that list that we can add. How about Clem Haskins? He's 82.
Yeah, they haven't brought him back since.
He was the last coach since we were in the frozen or the Final Four. So
Yeah, I don't think he's been back to the U. I don't think they've wanted him back to the U, even though they probably should have. Like, let's get over it, folks. Like, it was almost 30 years ago. Yeah, bring him back.
every college kid who's an athlete is cheating. He was the only one who got caught.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't even like money dealing. It was just strictly academic. They just
Right.
had tutors like doing their homework because they needed to meet that GPA standard or whatever. But in all seriousness, I guess there have allegedly already been even maybe a deal made with that Nico Medved of Colorado State.
Right.
He has ties to Minnesota, so people are like, "Oh, he's another hometown guy." I'm like, "No,
Hear that?
well, no, this guy has been a head coach for over a decade.
Yeah.
He's led Colorado State now to three NCAA tournament appearances in the last 4 years. I think he has a little more experience than Ben Johnson had when we hired him. So I think we're in a better position. But I think out of all those I think all the coaches we listed off are far better and more realistic options than Nico Medved.
Right. Right. While we're talking basketball, let's move on to the Timberwolves. Hottest team in the NBA. Once Sarge finds the topic
That was
there, we
it.
can
I had
transition.
it down for an ad, but
Yep.
we'll do it next.
Oh shit!
I think I thought I had it for an ad after too.
Holy
definitely
crap, dude! I keep screwing this up. Well, let's do the ad. Let's do
That's
the
it.
ad. I don't want to ruin the.
Captain's patch.
Yeah, we'll do the Captain's Patch. Yeah,
Captain's
folks.
Patch ad.
By the way, this ad's going to sound very different because I believe Captain's Patch is now being rolled back out to liquor stores as the weather gets warmer. I know it's been tough to find for some of you guys over the winter, but Captain's Patch is now available anywhere at captainspatch.com. If you're on the east side of the Twin Cities, I bought it at the Total Wine in Woodbury. It's actually very visible, like right when you walk in. Gotta love a little product placement. But while the Wild continue to play, you can get it at section 105, 115, C13 if you're in the club level. So get it this weekend, especially if you're going to any of the games or the Frozen Face-Off happening at the X this weekend. And get it at Burger Mo's. We were drinking it Saturday night, celebrating St. Patty's Day. So if you want to get it at liquor stores, though, folks, captainspatch.com. Punch in your zip code, and it'll show you exactly where you can get it near you.
One comment from Sam here on potential Gopher coaches. Bobby Jackson.
Ooh, Bobby Jackson. He was a part of the 97 Final Four team with Clem Haskins. Yep, Bobby Jackson, and he played in the NBA for a while. So
Didn't do his homework?
yeah, didn't do the homework, but he's good at basketball.
Okay,
so
that's all that matters, dude.
If you name other guys, Bobby Jackson, there was Quincy Lewis. I know he's done stuff with the Timberwolves, like worked with them, and then Sam Jacobson, or there's some guy named Jacobson. He's a small white dude that looked like he couldn't be good at basketball, but he was good on that
Okay.
97. I mean, went to the Final Four, so he was good.
Yeah.
I don't know, but again, not doing his homework, so
Yeah.
figure your shit out. But yeah,
Moving on to the Wolves, dude. The Wolves are the hottest team in the NBA right now. 8 wins in a row. They have not lost a single game in March so far. I know they're playing as we speak. I believe they're playing the Pacers.
12-12 right now.
Okay, so yeah,
wow,
there you
tight
go.
one.
January, February, Izzo/Timberwolves, and then April. Good saying, right?
yep, Izzo.
Because isn't that the saying?
The what?
They say January, February, Izzo. April?
Because of Tom Izzo?
Yeah, because
Is
of how well he does in the tournament.
Yeah. No, that's totally true. He'll
I thought
probably
I
go to the
fucked that
Final
up.
Four.
You guys-
No. I
I
get
thought
what you mean.
Laugh at that.
No. I get it.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
I fucked it up.
No. I thought you like misspoke on something or something. But no, that makes
I thought
sense.
I was going to talk about Lizzo.
No, Lizzo. We could talk about
Remember
Lizzo.
when she was like a topic of discussion?
Yeah, that doesn't need to be a topic anymore.
We can keep that one
yeah.
close.
Oh shit, Lizzo.
200 wins for Chris Finch as the head coach of the Timberwolves. Very interesting picture that the Timberwolves used to announce the. We got to figure it out to where we can get images on the screen for the show, but this was the picture the
No,
Wolves
that is
posted.
that is not AI. And I was going to say this team isn't just the hottest team in basketball because of their streak. It's because of their locker room. Clearly, I mean, look at that photo. I mean,
those are just 2 male specimens.
yeah, right. And then you got Chris Finch there,
Minimal clothing.
who should also be tarps off, by the way.
Yeah.
Why can't Chris
true. I don't
Finch
know
be
why-
have his shirt
Yeah,
off?
someone should have gotten him a towel.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about this entire post that they made though is I reposted the graphic to our home feed, and some of these comments are actually pretty ridiculous. What is Randall talking about? This is the best pick. He's right. Post the one with Finchie only wearing a towel. You got the Diddy party, the Finchie party.
Oh man.
Am I the only one who wishes Ant forgot to put the towel on?
No, he's not the only one. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Those
boy,
comments
yeah,
are
it
great,
was
actually.
funny. Yeah, Julius Randle's like, God, I know we have a better pick than this.
Yeah.
And for those who haven't seen, just go to the Wolves Instagram. It's Finch with like this interesting look on his face, and then it's Ant and Rudy next to him, only wearing towels. Mm-hmm. So like both clearly fresh out of the shower. I don't know. It's one of those weird things that I saw, and I was like, that's kind of funny.
It's kind of a candid photo, but it shows that shows a fresh look on this team. You know.
He's there with his guys. He rides or dies with them, regardless of what clothing they're wearing.
Yeah, whether they're naked or not. I mean, he'll be with these dudes.
Yeah.
Sharing these moments with them and everything. I wonder if Finch truly wanted to be in this position with them, but
Yeah, like
he
the photographer was like, "Hey Finch,
get in there.
get in with Rudy and Ant."
they have their okay. Let's go. Ant's loving it though.
All right, I got to point something out that I didn't notice before, but Ant has his towel above his belly button, and that's just a weird move to me. I don't know why, but I'm always towel below belly button.
That is strange, and we cannot see where Rudy is on this position because of the ball.
He's being blocked.
This is some investigative journalism
Someone
that we need
needs
to
get a
figure out
camera
here.
inside the Wolves locker room so we can.
Yeah, we got to get the angle. I mean, we can probably guess.
You could recreate the Vizante Shenko picture too.
Yeah,
just a massive penis sticking out.
This was close.
Fox 9.
This was definitely probably close to getting to that status. I'm sure that photo would not have been posted.
Right.
But, we're close to that status of getting to that Vizante Shenko bit.
The Wolves have won 8 games in a row, and they're somehow still in the play-in tournament.
Yep. I was thinking that.
Why is
'cause
everyone else hot when we get hot?
the Warriors have won 7 straight or something, or 7 straight.
8 straight as well.
Yeah.
Really? And then even teams below us and above us, they're all like on a winning streak, even if it's just 2 or 3 games.
It is great though how like anytime Ant plays the Jazz, he just dunks the fuck out of the ball on him.
Yeah.
Like he always has a poster dunk against the Jazz. Like, he owns the Utah Jazz.
He has some sort of animosity against Utah or something. Or
We need to put him in the Wild lineup when we play the Utah Hockey Club because he goes in there and just owns that organization every time he plays them.
He said he didn't want to skate. We talked about it a couple years ago. He said he could play hockey. He could be a professional hockey player. So I think we got to make that happen.
That guy just talks so much shit.
Yeah, he just loves it though.
That is so
Thrives
funny.
on it. But no, yeah, the Wolves are. It's good to see them playing well because we don't have a basketball team in March Madness this year. So this is our March Madness for us Minnesota people.
It's the Timberwolves down the stretch trying to avoid the inevitable play-in tournament that
Yep.
we seem to end up in almost every year.
stupid.
How many? I think there's not a lot of games left, right? It's early April is when the playoffs start. It's earlier than hockey.
It is. So they got to be. We should check that shit out.
This is the
I got
final
it.
stretch. So and here's what's tough is there's not like a ticket number that gets them into the playoffs. Like it's all dependent. 'Cause I know we're within a few games of the Nuggets, a few games within from the
Lakers, Golden State,
Lakers.
Clippers are behind. We're ahead of
The Grizzlies are back in the mix.
Yep.
Our playoff killer.
But we could. I mean, if we keep winning, I mean, we could jump up as high as a 3 or 4 seed. But we got to keep winning and be at this pace because everyone's freaking winning.
Well, we haven't lost a game since Julius Randles came back.
No, we haven't.
Just turns it up this time of year.
Yeah, he went from a YMCA men's league ball player to maybe still being that, but with less booze, I guess.
January,
So,
February, Julius, April.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
It's
dude.
the month of Julius. Yeah, fuck Izzo.
Yep.
Julius.
Julius and his criticism on the towel pick.
Yep, exactly. We got to have a better pick.
That's so funny. I love when guys do that though from like their personal Instagram, like chirp the admin of the account, being like, "Dude, this is some weird shit."
I know,
Like,
the athlete.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, the Wolves have played a total of 69 games.
Nice.
Beavis and Butthead laughs there. But they're playing game number 70 right now as we speak. As
They
we
play
mentioned.
82.
They play 82.
12 left.
I should check their schedule. I should
By the
know
way,
this.
Folks, we're going to be doing streams during those playoffs and Wild playoffs. Knock on wood. We'll get to that in a little bit. But definitely, whether it's the play-in or whatever, we'll be streaming from the studio,
so
watching the games. And maybe
Yep.
Sarge will sleep here again. We'll see.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Sunday, April 13th is their last game against the Jazz, actually. So Ant has one more game where he can take it out on the Jazz.
Yep.
Any sort of sexual attention he has, he can take it out on them.
Just pull his balls out and put them right on their forehead.
Yep.
As he just dunks again.
To end the year or to cap off the regular season.
I think Ant is like top 10, maybe of all time, of 40-plus point games I saw or something. There's a stat.
I don't know the exact stat, but I wouldn't.
There was a graphic yesterday that I caught the tail end of.
Well, I saw the interview too, where he's like, they were talking to him, or an interview. They were talking about, like, you're catching KG and other Minnesota Timberwolves greats. He's like, I love them. I want to catch all of them.
Oh yeah,
I want
dude.
to catch all of them. Like,
that guy
I'm
believes.
like, good.
Have you guys seen the clips where like they were like, "Could you guard Michael Jordan right now?" And he's like, "Damn right."
Yeah.
So he's like,
Like,
"You
what-
can take Michael Jordan one-on-one right now."
I love that.
That fucking rocks, dude. That's the kind of cockiness you need. But
You need that on this team, but it's not like he's a complete dick too. He's a
Yeah.
cool dude, but you got to have confidence
yeah.
in this league.
By the way, you guys remember the famous clip from last year? I know we've talked about this before of him edging that orange Gatorade bottle.
Edging it?
The most infuriating clip of all time where he just keeps pulling it up and then he would talk and then he pulls it up.
That's right.
There's a picture of him in high school like holding the exact same Gatorade and they're like, he's been holding that Gatorade bottle there since high school.
That's a little tick, like, hold my Gatorade.
Oh, that's the
I'm gonna
most
go dunk.
infuriating. For those who don't know, there's a clip of Ant where he's doing a press conference and he has a full orange Gatorade with the cap off. And he keeps like pulling it up to his mouth and then he doesn't take a sip and he talks a little more. And then he pulls it back up and then he like pulls it away. And it just pisses me off.
That is annoying. It's just like one of those
Take
pet
a fucking
peeves
drink or set it down.
of just like when you chew with your mouth open. I think it falls in that same kind of category. Yeah, I remember that last year. It's like
Breathed on it.
I hope he hears that criticism in like one of these press conferences or something. He takes the Gatorade and he's like 1 second and just
And he
downs it.
sticks his fucking tongue in there and just
Does that
deletes it.
are you better now? Does everyone feel better? All right.
Yeah. All right. While we're talking basketball, let's talk March Madness. It's here, folks. Starting technically tomorrow, right?
The first four.
Tomorrow or
Four?
Wednesday.
Yep.
First four, I think, starts tomorrow. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday. There's 2 tomorrow, 2 Wednesday.
Playing games.
Also,
Playing games, the shit
yeah.
games.
Just a really
not
quick
shit games,
PSA. No one cares who busted your bracket because everyone's bracket is going to get busted.
Everyone's bracket's going to be busted no matter what. Even if you win your group, your bracket's going to be busted. It's just dependent on whose bracket gets the least busted.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Talk to me about your bracket if you just win 100% and you do some freak anomaly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for someone to do that. I'm still waiting for the news story for that to happen. I'm hoping it's me, obviously, but I just love this week because this is where, as soon as I woke up this morning, it was that's going to be in my head for the next 3 weeks.
I have two different. Oh, I have Cam's YouTube TV on 2 of my TVs in my living room, and I fucking quad boxed each one to basically go for an octo box.
Yeah,
and it is just the best.
It's
maybe
electric.
pull up the laptop.
Yep.
Maybe pull a computer screen from work.
You got to get all the screen. It's insane how many games are legitimately on at the same time, and that's why that music just gets burned into your head because you're watching all these games and you might only have one on, obviously, in terms of audio, but it's you go from game to game to game, and I don't think you understand it, but that song is going to be played so much, or people are going to be playing it so much, it's going to probably end up on some people's Spotify Wrapped by the end of the year.
100%.
Like they're going to be looking it up, NCAA tournament theme. I've been guilty of doing that in the past, where I'm like, I got to listen to it right now.
Whoever wrote that for CBS, it's CBS's song, right?
Yep.
That guy's still making royalties. Every year.
He better.
Yeah.
It's like the Augustus. It's like the Masters song. Here's the thing, though. Did you know that the Masters song has lyrics?
Does it really?
Yeah, like the piano. Apparently, if you listen to the version where they actually sing it, maybe we'll do like a reaction for Masters Week. Apparently, it's a very like creepy, weird song with like the lyrics. Maybe it's because you get so used to hearing it with just the piano. But apparently, it has words, and it's like very odd to listen to.
Are you messing with us right now?
I'm not messing with you at all.
This is blowing my mind.
So was it made for the Masters, or was it just an original song that?
I don't think it was made. See, it's tough because this goes back to like before we were born, so I don't even know the answer to that.
Well, yeah, I don't know that. I just looked up the iconic CBS NCAA basketball theme.
Yeah, does that one have words?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just made for CBS's coverage of the NCAA tournament, which was written by Bob Christensen, and has been in use since 1992-93 season. What were people doing before that?
I don't know, dude. Just
how could you listen to
that? But that was before they were smart enough to keep the scoreboard on the screen during the entire game.
And not
they used to think that was a good idea not to do that.
Pull your hair out. You watch old highlights come up, and you're like, this game was tight. I don't know if this game's close or not.
Imagine how infuriating that was. Like if you came home late from work and a really important game had started, and they didn't show the scoreboard for like 10 minutes, and you were like, "Holy fuck, what is the score?"
Yeah.
Or you're betting on the game. You have no idea if you're covering or not. I bet it'd be just awful.
Yeah.
Well, they would randomly just show the scoreboard at a few different points throughout the half of the game.
Right.
And that would be it.
And I bet the announcers probably would say it like a radio broadcast does, but all right, let's move on, dude. There's a lot of Gopher topics in this show, and they're all pretty funny, to be honest. So at least it delivers. How about this? Gopher Baseball loses by 29 runs.
28, sorry to correct.
Or sorry, 28. They gave up 29 runs.
Correct.
So just hours after the Gopher basketball team gets eliminated in the Big Ten championship or the tournament, their baseball team loses by 28 in U.S. Bank Stadium to Kansas. 5 back-to-back home runs in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, that wasn't
How does
a
that
good,
happen, dude?
I don't know. It wasn't a good week for Gopher sports in terms of getting the brand out there, and it kind of hurting the Vikings. I remember seeing comments, wait, why are they playing in an NFL stadium? And it makes sense because you can't play at Siebert Field at the U of M until, April or May. But I just saw the clips of the back-to-back home runs. I'm like, oh, this is going to end in like a 15-1 game, which is already horrendous. How the hell did they score another 14 runs
I don't know,
after
dude.
that?
So,
Oh my goodness!
You guys ready for a stat here? So this game was played at U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the Vikings. Here are road teams who scored less points than Kansas in U.S. Bank Stadium this year. The Raiders, the 49ers, the Texans, the Colts, the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Bears, and the Packers all scored less points than the Kansas baseball team did in that building.
And mind you, in football, a touchdown is worth 6 points.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get to 29.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier. Another thing I saw, too, a little fun fact, was that the Vikings' largest margin of victory in U.S. Bank Stadium was also 28 points.
Really?
Yeah, so it was when they beat the Chicago Bears on January 1st, 2017. So the first year at US Bank Stadium was their largest margin of victory. So the largest margin of victory that the Vikings had in that stadium was the most, or was by how many runs the Gopher baseball team lost to Kansas.
We should hang a banner for Kansas for that.
Just put it up there. Scores 29 runs more
History
than
happened within these walls.
Yeah, oh man, that I was embarrassed. Like, I'm obviously not watching Gopher baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really shitty ways you have to watch them if you want to watch them, because I mean that broadcast quality.
Probably like ESPN plus.
It's plus or Big Ten plus is what it was. Like
ESPN U.
Well, I'm happy they had 2 camera angles. I actually announced some baseball games at US Bank Stadium, but it would just be like one damn camera behind home plate, and you had to like. Yeah,
might as well just go live on your iPhone. At that
I think
point.
it's like, why are we announcing this? And you have, like, I've brought this up in the past, you have my color guy comparing a Gopher baseball player to Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Let's just shut this down right now.
College baseball. Well, I love to. I made like a video kind of explaining what happened with like a green screen, and there were Kansas fans commenting like, "Yeah, rock chalk, dude." I'm like, shut the fuck up,
bro.
No one cares.
We're not. Kansas baseball?
Yeah, rock chalk, brother. Okay, it's baseball. Buddy.
It's baseball, and like you're playing the Gopher baseball team, man. But then what's kind of funny and a little uplifting news, I think the Gophers, at least on Friday, they had a weekend series, I guess, against out in Oregon, who's number 10 in the country, and they won the first game like 11-1.
Okay,
so they took this viral fuel, I guess, against them and just won. But I have no idea how they did the rest of the weekend.
I mean, to their credit, I don't think anyone really, not a lot of people pay attention to Gopher baseball, and they sure did last week.
You know what? This is like I said, maybe it puts the brand out there. You know, this is gonna put some. Maybe we should go and watch them at Siebert Field this year at the U of M.
God works in mysterious ways.
This is the team that lost 29-1 to Kansas.
It would have been way cooler if they won 29-1. Now that I think about it,
if they would have did that, and they went viral for this, that would have, I think, boosted some sales.
Yeah.
So. But
like I said,
that's
though,
a little rough.
It did somehow cover up the Gopher basketball team disaster a little bit, because everyone's like, "Wait, that's way funnier."
Because that went, like I said, ridiculously viral.
5 back-to-back home runs.
Yeah, and that was just to make it 13-1, and it still ended in 29-1 or whatever. So yeah, you know what? Maybe this was all a ploy here, to kind of just lay it off the pressure of the basketball program a little bit. So yeah.
Well, while we're on the topic of baseball, Royce Lewis is already hurt.
Dude.
What's new?
So, it looked like he was running to first base yesterday, and I believe what they said is that he had moderate left hamstring strain. But fellas, Royce Lewis being hurt means baseball is so back. We're so fucking back.
And Minnesota sports in general just being on track for going along with the motto that we can't have nice things here. Mm-hmm. But Royce, it's like, dude, it's same thing like Byron Buxton. Like, they get injured on the the dumbest ways. Where you didn't even see it on camera, and then you hear after the game, or he's not in the game anymore. It's like, can you at least be like diving for a ball, or running to a wall, or try to like, tag a player, or you run into a player or something going home, like make it cool. Like they're running around a base
or to a base.
Yeah.
Not even, dude.
Last year in the first game in the opener, right?
Yep, exactly.
Not a lot of
Opening
people.
day.
Yeah, not a lot of people say that baseball players are soft, but if there is a narrative out there, this doesn't help it.
Yeah, and I get hamstrings in Major League Baseball is kind of a prominent thing. It's kind of an issue, like injury-wise. I know Josh Donaldson dealt with the damn hamstring all the time. And
if
it's a strained one, it's
Yeah.
never good. It's like, how bad is it today?
Yeah.
It never actually heals.
Exactly. So I don't think, I tried reading into it. I don't think they know how bad it is, but he pulled it
They're
last
saying
year.
like week to week.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't sound crazy, but
This sounds like it's going to be just a long-term issue.
and opening day is like 2 weeks away.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's playing.
No chance.
They already have to bring in like Jose Miranda or Brooks Lee to
Yes.
replace him and all that. But I want to know, like, I don't know if there's like an actual stat out there, but like between Buxton and Royce Lewis, like, I feel like they have now missed more games due to injury than they've actually played.
I actually have this stat.
Really?
So I have a stat. It's called the Twins' Big Three. So since the start of 2023, but Correa has played a total of 68% of his games, Buxton 58%, and Royce Lewis 43% of his games.
And it's tough because those guys are all so good.
They're our best players.
Studs.
It wouldn't matter if they were just kind of like depth guys that you could swap in and out, between the Saints and here, but like you need those guys if you want to win games.
Well, especially the Twins. You go back to when we, had Justin Morneau and Joe Mauer, and Mauer was fairly healthy early in his career, but Justin Morneau couldn't stay healthy for the life of himself.
Are
Like,
the Twins the Minnesota Wild?
pretty much. Yeah.
I
I think they're just.
Could win if they were healthy.
I know this just happens.
Is
with
broken
every-
could be fun to fix. Have you guys seen that meme of like that record player where there's a piece of paper that says it's broken, could be fun if fixed?
Yeah.
That's like the Wild and the Twins. Like their ceiling is so high, but the stars are just never healthy that it's like you just never achieve the potential. Because when we had that epic meltdown in September last year, were any of those guys playing? Buxton played a little bit of that
Correa
time.
right at the end, but not really.
Yeah, Correa was pretty much.
And I
out.
remember
Lewis was
Buxton came
struggling.
back in August because I was at the game where he got kicked out.
Yeah.
At the Saints game when he was rehabbing.
Yeah.
So I know that was in August.
This is a good comment from Anthony here. Can Royce talk to A-Rod's HGH guy or something?
Oh, true. Yeah, dude. I would just at this point I would just get on the enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
And just use someone else's piss.
I mean, or what's that procedure that they use? They use other person's like poop.
What?
But, like, what's that procedure where they like, if you're, maybe it's more of a bacterial sickness where they take someone else's, like a healthy person's feces and surgically put it in like up your ass or whatever.
Oh, it's called an oil change.
an oil change.
No, I'm making that shit up.
And
That's
I
from
don't- dude, it's an
Blue
actual
Mountain
surgical
State.
procedure.
What's your YouTube algorithm looking like right now?
Mine, not good. No, but that's an actual fucking procedure
Okay.
to help people. But I think that's actually for more bacterial health. But I don't know. Get someone's get Tom Brady's genetics and use somehow.
Are you saying the boys need to shit for Royce Lewis?
Yes.
Is that we could do a shirt there?
I haven't had any brutal injuries lately. Shit for Lewis.
We need to come up with a good tagline there. Maybe we'll put a pin in that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Shit for Royce Lewis. I don't know. There's something weird there, but I made that sound really a lot more fucking gross than it is. But it's an actual procedure.
Or do what Bezos is doing. Let's just take like teenagers' stem cells or cells
Yeah.
and just inject Royce Lewis with those, or blood cells.
I was gonna say maybe you can go to Turkey or Pakistan and do some experimental surgery.
That's
not
like
legal
Christopher
here.
Reeve's episode of South
Yeah,
Park.
I was just thinking that hack man. he eats fucking fetuses and in the episode, and then he all of a sudden becomes like he's not paralyzed anymore, and he's like fully strong. And he turns into Superman. So. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. That's
Yeah.
actually really fucked up. But
But in better news for the Twins, they did just announce today that Nelson Cruz will be throwing the first pitch on April 3rd.
I fucking love that
home
guy.
opener.
well, at this point, we might just need him to play.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe see if we can get him like a 1-day contract.
Dude, I guarantee you can still hit the fuck out of
he
the
can
ball.
still
Sure, he can
DH
too.
He can still DH.
Might just need him for opening day beyond his first pitching duties.
He's
I'm
got to
all
at
for
least
that.
hop in at batting practice just for fun with the fellas and just snap it around. You know?
Oh, if I were him, I'd totally be showing up early, getting there. If I find out he's doing that, I'm going to be like the little kid at the ballpark again, going in left field and bringing my glove.
Dude, do you remember last year at opening day, we were in the Grey Duck bar like an hour before the game started, and they were interviewing us about how excited we were that opening day was back, and I told them that I was thinking of my first cocktail at 6 a.m. when I woke up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't have a problem, trust me. I said all of this on the big screen.
Yeah, I think we didn't realize that we were on the big screen.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't say anything that
It was Juice. Juice is
cancelable.
like, boys, how excited are you to be back in Target Field? I'm like, well, Juice, I've been thinking about my first Bomba Juice since before most of the country even brushed their
Yeah,
teeth.
I've been
I'm
waiting.
fucking pumped to drink right now.
And I
it
don't-
was like
no.
11 a.m.
And I don't remember what I said, but I mentioned another alcoholic-related comment about beer and consumption. So
Yeah.
we weren't good influences
Not
on the
good
kids
for the
that day.
kids, yeah.
But it was fun. I think last year too. I went up to the top of the section and downed a hot dog and shotgunned a beer.
Oh, you shotgun a root beer.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do that again this
Oh,
year.
that's an annual tradition. now.
Shotgun a Killabrew root beer, and
Oh, dude, that actually went down pretty smooth. Kilbur root beer is really good. That was really good. I'll do that. I'll gladly do that again. That was awesome.
all right. Do we have anything else to talk? Sarge, you excited for the Twins? You're the biggest Twins guy
I'm
here.
absolutely excited. We'll see. Though.
What are your thoughts on the pitching? Where are we at with pitching?
We're still not there. We're not there yet.
If you look at their list of
So
pitchers,
once
it's
again,
just
we're so
nothing.
back.
We're literally so
Royce Lewis
so
is
back.
hurt, and the pitching situation's not looking up. We're so back.
It's just Pablo Lopez and maybe Bailey O'Bear, and that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe Bailey O'Bear.
Maybe
we'll see
Air
if
Bud.
he can,
See if he's got some contract left, two-way contract.
Yeah, we'll I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We won't.
We should bring in that pitcher for the Gophers who gave up 5 back-to-back homers.
Yeah,
Reverse psychology there.
Yeah, maybe there's something going there.
Yeah.
Give them at least a tryout.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Happy Duck, folks. We are happy to be presented by. I don't think I have a thing for you,
but
so
that's okay.
I know I saw you scramble in there.
Happy Duck.
But Jake, do you want to grab one of those out of the fridge? Yeah. So, folks, Grey Duck, the same ones who we just talked about at the Grey Duck Porch, make THC seltzers and gummies. And let me tell you, folks, it is some of the cleanest, best THC you can get out there. Look at what Jake's got here. That's a Bomba Juice flavored THC.
They rock.
10 milligrams a can. They do everything you want in a THC seltzer. You feel refreshed the next day. It tastes just like a Bomba Juice at the Twins game. So, folks, if you go to happyduckvibes.com, use promo code 10K25 at checkout, that's going to get you 25% off your entire order. Once again, they make seltzers. They make gummies in 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams. It's clean THC. Makes you feel nice and relaxed. Get a good night's sleep. Maybe bring down the nerves of watching the Twins. It's
I think Ben Johnson had one at like 1 a.m. when he got fired.
Oh yeah, he probably didn't even answer the call because he had too many Happy Ducks.
He was feeling good, so
Yeah.
whatever.
So once again, folks, happyduckvibes.com, promo code 10K25 at checkout, 25% off your entire order of all of their great THC products. You're supporting a local company too, right? Nothing better than, instead of going with some of those national ones that rake in a boatload from Colorado, help out the little guys. Support the local ones. So,
And help us.
yeah, true. Yeah, support us too. All right, well, dude, we're still talking baseball here, except this time we're still talking Gophers.
I have
dude,
Harrison.
What is going on
Which
here?
list did you guys go off the list that I made?
I copied and pasted.
I went out the last list that was sent in this in
Same,
the,
'cause
in
we
the
got
chat.
Harrison.
I got Harrison.
I gotta
Smith
be.
up as well.
I fucked this up 2 weeks in a row.
It's fine. We're doing it live. This is our.
This is live. This is a live experience, folks.
We're live. I
None of this
didn't know
is
that.
edited. Yeah, Jake. So hold back them terrible slurs you're about to use. I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you mentioned Burt Blyleven.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna. Yeah, we're good. We're not canceled yet.
Yeah, let's talk about Harrison Smith. The Hitman back for his 14th season in the NFL.
Hitman.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, remember Sarge how we were talking about how he does like that rope shit?
Yes.
To
The
fitness?
Russian
Yeah.
training.
I saw a video of that.
You did finally.
Of someone who does the rope training.
Did you see Harrison Smith doing it or someone else
No,
doing
just
it?
some hot chick.
That might have been better than to watch, but
I agree.
But
Well-
yeah, dude,
no, Harrison Smith doing it was probably a lot
they
hotter.
hang from true. They hang from ropes, and like they do full blown exercises, fully levitating, like via ropes.
It's literally you're probably it's literally your body is the only thing keeping you from plummeting to the floor.
Yeah.
I mean not really, but like to hold you up, it's literally your body. You don't
full body workout. That's got to be. I would collapse instantly if I even attempted to hop in one.
Dude,
of those
your
things.
shoulders, as well as mine, by the way, would dislocate.
Yeah,
Mine would too.
Heartbeat.
And you'd probably like pull an abdomen, like because it's got to be an insane core workout.
Yeah, you'd pull everything. I'd break my neck or something. I would pull a muscle.
It'd be like Tom Segura when he tried to dunk a couple of years ago.
Dude, that was so gross.
Yeah.
He snapped the fuck out his arm.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be scared to try that. If we ever have a chance to try that for like a video or something, I'd almost be like.
So you've both seen
try.
the video, right? Like we're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think you like, when you go to the chiropractor and they're like, all right, relax. Do you think you have to be like in a relaxed state, or do you like tense up and try to resist?
I don't know what you do. Like,
I feel like you have to be in probably a fairly relaxed state,
or else you'll cramp.
yeah. So
Your muscles are working so hard.
when I saw the video of Harrison Smith doing it, he seemed so like, yeah, this is my workout, and he seemed so fucking chill. Yeah. And he was like ridiculously chill, and he's like, yeah, so we'll just do this, and he makes it look so easy, and I know it looks so difficult.
Like, bro, I
It-
even
it's gonna be
struggled at
difficult.
like the monkey bars in high school. When I
Yeah.
was in my best shape, I couldn't even get across the monkey bars. Like, I can't imagine this is like the fucking an entire monkey playground.
This-
Like,
this is-
you're just hanging from ropes and swinging all over the place and using every single muscle. It does explain a heck of a lot more of why or how like Harrison Smith is still in the league.
Still in the league at
At
35,
35 because he's
36.
36 now.
he's doing these insane Russian rope workouts. Dude, he's probably got the inspiration from, remember those Tridiac videos I used to post all the time of him doing all these, the Russian goalie back in the 80s who did all these insane workouts. It's that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's why he's still playing.
He's probably inspired by that because they had, I think they had the workouts right. There were some other things in Russian history that weren't correct, but
Right.
including today,
Right.
But some of those workouts that they did were pretty badass, and it's clearly working. Like I said, like he doesn't look like he's missed a beat in 14 years. Like the guy's still running around, living up to the Hitman name. I was like thinking about this, like he's been here since 2011. I mean, he's been through so many ups and downs for like I would say maybe what would it be, like a quarter, probably a little less than a quarter of the Vikings franchise entire history of them being a team.
Coaching, quarterbacks,
mean,
defense,
he did
coordinators,
bad quarterbacks too.
He started out
stadiums,
Metrodome,
in 3 different
TCF.
stadiums as the home player.
I was like kind of listing out some things though, like ups and downs, like going through the disaster of Donovan McNabb and Bridgewater injury and Walsh missing the kick and going through a Sam Bradford Minneapolis Miracle to get kicked and killed in the NFC title game.
This last year, losing 4 games in the regular season, then getting boat raced in the first round.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Sam Darnold.
He went through in even in the Kirk Cousins era, losing in the playoffs a few times. So it's just, and it'll be sad when he goes. I still am hesitant to say that this is his last year. They've been saying that the last 3 years. Did he say it was his last year? I don't think he's going. I don't think it's gonna be his last year, unless he wins a Super Bowl.
It's good they're just doing it 1 year at a time.
Yeah.
That way, like, you don't get in a situation where you have to pay him out if he decides to stop early,
Or he does get brutally injured.
And at this point, like, why would he ever go anywhere else? He's gonna retire a Viking because he's lived here his whole life now, and
built up something here. So yeah, good for him just to be on this team this long and want to stick it out in one of the most disappointing franchises of all time.
Yeah, credit to him for sticking through it. I mean, he deserves just as much credit as the fans for sticking by this team because it's been nothing but pretty much of a disaster our entire lives.
Yeah, exactly. So
it is crazy to think when I was a kid going to the Metrodome watching Vikings games, I was watching Harrison Smith.
I know.
I went to some of those McNabb games live.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah, that was the
Crazy,
fall of
dude. I was a
2011.
fucking child.
Yeah, I was in.
I was a freshman in high school.
I think I was a sophomore in high school and that happening. I remember seeing those halftime collapses where we would be up by like 10 or 14 points at the half and then lose
by like 21.
Lose by 20 points. So
final thing on this, I loved Ben Lieber's tweet on. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he said, "So I cried in the locker room in Arizona for no reason." Sweet.
Wait, what was it?
Because like Lieber probably talked to.
Yeah, right.
Because everyone thought that was Hitman's last game. So Lieber said he bawled his eyes out in the locker room, like just realizing that, and then he's like, so I did that for no reason.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, come on. You made a grown man cry.
Yeah.
For no reason. No, I think that's funny though. I think Harrison Smith will be back again.
He'll be back.
I think he'll be back again after this year.
All right, can I talk about college softball now?
Yes, you can.
Do I have the permission? Okay. So in a game against Michigan State, Hannah Howley for Michigan State hits a double, jumps in the air on the base to celebrate, and midair, the Gophers' second baseman, Tara Wakalo, tags her mid-jump for an out. And that was with 2 outs, so they all ran to the dugout after.
Yep. Well, that wasn't the end of the game though.
No.
But still. Yeah, no.
It was a pretty crucial, tag out because this girl hit it to the fence. It was almost a home run.
Yeah, no, and but I gotta say, after seeing the video, I mean, what great awareness from
seriously.
from
Phenomenal.
the
In all
Gopher
seriousness.
infielder. What is her name? Tara.
Tara Wolocko.
Tara Wolocko.
Wolocko.
Yep.
Wolocko. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that.
Something like that.
I'm special.
But we don't have the sports information director here to give us pronunciations on names. Okay, so you can
We
get
need
mad
Mark
at us.
Coyle here, but he's too busy
Yeah.
firing guys at
Yeah,
1 a.m.
and
Canning guys.
and selecting North Carolina to be in the tournament when they shouldn't have.
Right.
Anyway, no, I mean, beautiful, great awareness. I mean,
Yeah.
to see that, if that was me, I'd be like, yeah, well, fuck it.
Plays over.
Just it's over. I'm gonna throw it in, or I thought maybe there would be time somewhere, a timeout somewhere from the ump, maybe they're kind of taught that, to be like, hey, just be wary of
Keep
hold
your
on the
foot
ball,
on the base.
hold on to the ball for 5 to 10 extra seconds or
Yeah.
something like that, and see what
I mean,
happens.
this is like the softball / baseball equivalent of dropping the ball at the 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a great comparison.
Because you're on second base and you decided to get off of it, even if it was for a second, to jump in the air. That's
just you call time. Can't they call time and they go off the base and readjust their whatever they have? Like you see it in baseball all the time, where they call time and
and then jump.
and then jump around. But I mean, I get the emotions are flowing and everything, and I know it's nearing the end of the season in the softball world and that on that season. So
I mean, it was a much better celebration than the Michigan player who did cocaine off third base.
Yeah, that was
They issue a Notes app apology about an hour ago.
which we
always
know he
tough.
was pressured to do so.
100%.
Absolutely.
He loved
He thought
that.
it was sick.
I
He
also
went back
did, for the record.
Bullshit.
100%.
I'd apologize for that.
It's the same people who thinks that we should ban bat flips.
Yeah,
Get
which
outta here.
doesn't make sense to ban at all.
Maybe if you throw the fucking thing in the crowd and hit a child, maybe we shouldn't be throwing our bats. But
no. Yeah.
I was just gonna say though, I think that the woman for Michigan State, Hannah Howley, who jumped in the air and got tagged out, she should probably have to run polls for this one. No,
For sure.
you can't get off the base once you're on it. That's
No,
the rule.
if that happened to me, I would voluntarily run polls.
Yeah, I'd be like, Coach, you don't even have to talk to me about it.
No, you don't tell me that I don't need to or that it's a mistake and you'll learn from it. No, bullshit. I'm running polls, okay? I'm running 16 of them.
How crazy is it that the Gopher softball and Gopher baseball team both ended up in viral stories
Yeah,
in
one
the
was
same week?
one was obviously positive and one was negative.
Yeah,
but
we'll call it a wash for the program.
our we'll call it a wash, but a good. What they say. I mean, any publicity is good publicity.
Right.
So, I mean, good for our summer sports and our ball teams right now,
Yeah.
softball and baseball,
Making
getting out there,
headlines,
making
dude.
headlines, because we're so hyper-focused on, obviously, the hockey and the basketball and everything and football. So, good for them.
Yep.
We get some more butts and seats. I know that, softball season is approaching for us, beer league softball people, including those who take it aggressively seriously.
Yep.
So I hope you learn a very valuable lesson as the season is coming up on us very quick. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't jump on the base when you hit a double, and if you're on second base and someone jumps, tag them.
yeah, exactly, and maybe you should cut back on the amount of beer that are consumed on the bench, so you don't make a mistake like that.
Yeah.
But I know that's no one will take that advice at beer league softball.
Remember when we the 10K beer league team who only won one game
Yep.
in the season due to forfeit? We
Yep.
had Andy on the team, and he would hit a double, and he would always run past
Over
second
the base.
like it was first base.
We had a chance to
You
win
get tagged
another
out
game.
so many times for that.
We tied in a
Oh my
game.
God, yes.
No, we had a tie because you'd overrun the damn base.
And he
He'd
get
do it on
tagged
third.
on his run back.
Like, dude, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he would overrun the base. Like, dude,
Oh no.
what are you doing?
Even when like we'd have a guy at third base, like stop, he just couldn't put the brakes on fast enough.
I don't understand. Like,
I just thought of that.
I feel like everybody has at least played t-ball or baseball to an extent growing up, that you learned how to run to a base but decelerate enough
Yeah.
to not overrun it. Yeah, that was really bizarre to me. I think we'd always be like, "Hey, Andy, dude, that's not first base."
Right, you can't run through that one.
Yeah, the rule does not apply to second and third base.
Right.
Okay. Like, you can do it at home.
Yeah.
If you can ever make it around that far.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you get to do it there too.
yeah, you can do it there. But unfortunately, I don't think he really made it around that far because he would be getting tagged out at second. So
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just need to shout out that umpire, by the way, of getting that call is
Oh, yeah.
actually super impressive.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right on that. Actually, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
As a hockey ref now, that's the shit I like noticing now. I'm looking
You're
at all
like
the
a big,
umps and
big
all the.
stripes guy.
I am now. Team stripes.
Okay.
But you know what? Baseball is just going to go to automated umps here soon. Robots.
I actually don't hate
Right.
it. Is that crazy? I don't hate that.
I mean, at this point,
At this point, it kind of makes sense.
especially after you had guys like Angel Hernandez in the league for so long, who just would purposely call against teams he hated.
Dude, and I think he enjoyed getting in altercations. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I actually do. 'cause
100%.
He would make some of these calls. You're like, dude, that was 3 feet outside the zone. Like,
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. All right, let's close out the show with the Minnesota Wild, who are playing right now. What's the score up there?
They are losing.
What's new?
1-0?
They are losing, and the Wild are on the power play right now, so that's definitely not a goal.
So they should definitely just try to not give up a shorthanded goal. That's going to be the objective. Okay, yeah. So the Minnesota Wild, they are. Oh boy, they're struggling. Fourth worst team and the lowest scoring team in the NHL since January 9th. So
Yeah, not
that's
good.
a long time.
yeah, especially after the Four Nations break, they've just come back flat-footed. Kirill, no timetable. Eriksson Ek, no timetable. Brodin skating again. I don't even know if does that even mean anything anymore? Because like he's been hurt 4 or 5 different times this season, and
He comes back and then he's just out again.
yeah.
So and especially when
1-1.
this goes-
1-1. They scored.
1-1.
on the
They just
goal.
scored.
Let's go. We're
They
so
just
back.
scored.
We're so dude.
We're back. Oh, you know what? The Wild, they're gonna make the playoffs. Gonna be just fine.
This might be our year. We might
Yeah.
win the cup.
I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna win.
I actually might win the cup. I'm not even
Good.
kidding.
This is it. We're 1-1 right now in the second period.
We don't even need Kirill. We'll just do without him.
Yeah, you know what? We can do it. Well, clearly, we can tie with the Kings a little bit into the second period,
Yeah.
and without these guys, so I think
We're
we'll
so
be just
fucking
fine.
back.
We're
Yeah,
back.
Forget all those stats I just said. They're useless now. They're irrelevant.
The 3-6-1 in their last 10 doesn't matter. Yeah, so they're back right now. I think we're fine.
On the real though, I'm just gonna tell you guys to just go ahead and drop your expectations and just prepare for another first round elimination. Prepare for all the memes and all the mean responses calling us the mild, because it's all true. And I think
Mild.
I think
I love that.
I think unless we're fully healthy, that I just don't see. And
Nope.
every other team in the Central loaded up at the deadline. I don't see a world. Which, you know what, this wasn't supposed to be the year. It's not supposed to be.
It
the year.
really wasn't ever supposed to be our year since we got rid of Parisi and Suter.
Yeah.
honestly, because they're dealing with the cap shit and they can't already build a full roster as Bill wants to, and they're dealing with injuries. I think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're gonna get in. Barely scrape by, and we're going to find out there's going to be probably other players that were playing injured that aren't currently on the IR or injured right now that are playing technically. It always happens. Like, that's how it's
Even
been the
if-
last 12 years.
Even if Eck and Kirill come back, they don't have enough time to get reacclimated with playing, and they're not going to be themselves.
Playing in the fastest hockey league in the world.
Like, you need if you're going to come back for playoffs, quote unquote, I feel like it needs to be at least 2 weeks before playoffs start at a bare minimum.
Well, and that's why they didn't put them on the LTIR, because they wanted them to come back. But at this point, it's like there's no timetable.
Right.
Bro, the playoffs start in a month, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think our men's leagues would do a better job of reporting a player who hasn't been out for a while, whether they're out due to, injury or drinking too many garage beers outside of hockey. I think we can probably get a better timetable on what's going to happen here. But it's kind of tough. We're in the position they're in. I just hope that they can still make the playoffs because it's electric. I want them to just sit where they're at right now.
Yeah,
Play the Knights
Right.
in the first round. That gives them the best opportunity. Don't go and play the Stars. I kind of want them to
Why would it be the Knights? 'Cause
No, it would
right
be,
now it'd be the Knights.
it would be the Knights. Sorry, never mind. I read
as
that
of
wrong.
today, as of right now.
Yeah, I don't want Winnipeg. I don't want Colorado. I don't want
Dallas. I don't want anyone in the Central.
No, you don't.
No.
Fuck. The Knights are an aging team, kind of. I think. Mark Stone's getting up there.
Don't have as good of goaltending as I would say we do at our best. God, but they're good too, though.
They're good. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that they're going to win.
Kind of like
I
a
still
pick your
think
poison kind of thing.
I have a better opportunity if they are going to get some of these players back to beat the Vegas Golden Knights. I kind of see it as like, there's that, like, if they start winning a lot, I'm not going to cheer against Wild if they're going to keep winning.
Yeah.
But if they do get onto a spell here where they keep winning and they get third place in the Central and have to play Dallas, like, dude,
They need to just keep making it to 3-on-3 because they get a point.
Yep.
It's not too many points, but it's enough.
They kind of. I was like thinking about this. Like, you remember in the movie The Incredibles, where I think it's near the beginning, where like
What comparison is coming here?
Well, no, like Dash, their kid, right? Who's like has super speed powers.
Oh, I know
And
where
he's
this is
racing
going.
in the race. And his parents are like, he's purposely kind of running way behind the group. And they're like, what are you doing? Run faster. And he starts running super fast. Like, no, not that fast. You're going to make it too obvious.
Yeah.
Just sit around second and then boost. It's kind of like that where it's like, no, you're playing too good right now.
Right.
Tune it back, get a point, go to overtime. We want to sit in this first wild card spot, play on the road first anyways, because that's where we've been playing better. So they kind of need to just stay where they're at, make the playoffs, but give yourself the best chance of making it out of the first round, which would be by playing, I think, the Vegas Golden Knights. But watch us just go in there and just get absolutely swept.
I'm reading an Instagram comment right now. It says, I don't know how I can read without my glasses. The Wild need you guys
Yep.
on the ice.
I was gonna get.
You don't
there.
want us on the ice.
Like playing or streaking on the ice.
Yeah.
Or like doing like a rush the ice kind of thing and get banned. Playing? What
no.
position? Goalie or?
I'll play ref and I'll just call penalties against the Kings the
Yeah.
entire game.
Yeah.
So we got a few questions from the chat here.
Yeah, let's close it
thank you all
out
for,
with some chat questions.
Yeah, come on,
all
chat.
right, so a lot of questions are we making the playoffs or nah?
Yes.
I think we are.
Barely.
I think we'll barely make the. But you got the Blues. We're still
There is a tough. Have you looked at who we play next week? We have, I can't remember which order it is, but it's Colorado, Dallas, and I believe maybe Vegas. Or
Give me one.
Oh, yeah,
no,
the Kraken
it's
Wednesday.
the Capitals. I'm talking next week.
Right. Then we play at Dallas.
We better
Yep.
beat the Sabres on Saturday, or dude, I'll literally blow my head off.
All right,
They're horrible.
So before that, we got they got the Kraken on the 19th.
Who aren't that good.
Crackheads. Yep.
Then the Sabres, like you said. Then they got Dallas, Vegas, Caps, and back to back against New Jersey.
How
Oh,
tough
that's
the
going to be a
stretch is
rough
that?
one against the Devils back to back, and they're trying to solidify a seed.
Although
in the
Jack
playoffs,
Hughes is
too.
out for the year.
Yeah.
That helps. But
Not for Frank the Tank though. But
yeah, so that's a rough stretch right there. How many games is that? 6 that you just listed off? 5?
5.
I'll be happy if we
more
win
than
2
that.
of those games. Is that a crazy
Yeah.
thing to say?
it'll be and maybe get a overtime loss or
Yes,
at least
overtime
an overtime loss.
2, and 1 is good in my standards.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I have a serious question. So
Uh-oh.
27th, Ovi comes to town. Is there a part of you guys that kind of wants him to break the record here?
And what if Flower was a net? Because those two
Right,
have faced each other
exactly.
more than any other skater goalie combo in history.
Interesting.
They've played more games
Hmm.
against each other than any other skater versus goalie. So
Yeah, I mean the general hockey fan of me, having seen Ovechkin's been in the league forever.
Yeah.
I would love to see him break the record, and it would be cool to see him break it. In general, I guess. I mean, it'd be cool we have an opportunity to see him in person. I don't know if I'll be there to watch it, but I don't know. I don't
want it to be against us because every fucking highlight we're going to be
know.
reminded of this season and how we were banged up and
yeah.
how we probably got eliminated from the first round. It's going to be
especially if we lose.
It's going to be just a bad reminder of the buyout, of the dark buyout days that we're going to look back on and be like, holy shit,
this is
that
that
was a terrible. I mean, it wasn't actually. It's not a terrible time to be a Wild fan. Luckily,
No, they're
I've
not
been able to
horrible.
navigate it, but
No,
I want to look back and remember these days.
maybe if it's the only goal, and we win like 4-1, sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, maybe
'Cause
then
then
it'll
we
look
can
a
be
little
like,
better.
we still won that game. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, because then they'll say on highlights the Wild did go on to win 4-1 though. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So okay, it's fine. But yeah, I guess it depends on the circumstance. But it'd be cool to see him break it in general overall.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it depends on how it's broken here and whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Is that it, Sarge?
Any more other appealing questions?
Oh,
from
not really.
Chat?
Alex says an 8:30 start versus the Kraken at home is crazy. That's going to be a smelling salt
fuck.
And
night.
you know it's not going to be an 8:30. It's going to be like
Because
9:15.
that is a TNT game.
Yeah, then we'll be there.
We're
actually,
gonna be at that game,
Yep.
dude.
It's going to be like a 9:10 start.
Got to plan out my nap for Thursday already.
I
It's
know.
gonna suck.
We just got to get down to Burger Mo's and Tom Reed's early, and
Captain's Patch. By the way, if you're going to that game Wednesday, we'll run into you. Captain's Patch, section 105, 115, C13.
I think we're
Get
going
it
to
at the
be.
game
Yeah.
or you're uninvited for my birthday party.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
Yeah, Jake's buying, I heard.
Oh, yeah. I
I'm
heard
buying.
that too.
I'm buying what? Everything.
Every beer.
Every
Yep.
beer. Captain's Patch. Some overpriced hot dogs and
Buy some
everything.
drugs from a sketchy man behind Tom
I'll buy.
Reed's.
I'll buy that for you too. We'll buy some drugs from the fellas.
Yes,
down
the
there.
fellas. Friends of the ballpark, Jake.
Yeah, we yes, they are. Friends of the
Friends of CHS Field.
friends of the brand.
Even though you'd never call people your friends that you do not allow inside your house.
Yeah. I know. Hey, maybe we should allow them inside our houses and see what happens.
What if they were allowed in the baseball stadium?
I don't know. You'd be hearing a hell
Almost
of a
people
lot
get
more
in,
screaming.
almost people get in free.
Yeah, you'd be hearing a lot more yelling and I mean people
They're passionate.
heckling. Yeah.
You can't deny that.
They'll be heckling no matter.
They'd bring the boom.
Yeah, they'll be heckling no matter who's at bat.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Maybe it'd be entertaining. But, this is bad.
I was
you
gonna
know,
say we should cut it off here.
Well, no, they have like dog. Bring your dog to the park. Bracket at the park or something. That's bad.
Oh no.
Bring your fella to the park. They just allow free tickets to.
You got the pick of the litter right now.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's nice out. There's more of the fellas.
There was a woman named Tabitha who used to, and I know her first name because one of my friends from high school is a cop down here, and this chick would walk around naked and flop around like a fish.
Oh,
I haven't seen her in almost a year. I'm presuming she's dead, but
Yeah, she could be, or just
I would-
spawned out in L.A. now.
yeah, she might have made her way out
Yeah.
to Skid Row or something. But. All right, folks. Anyways, that's it for 10K TV. Thank you so much for listening, watching. Make sure to go to 10ktakesmn.com and check out all of our awesome merch. CaptainsPatch.com. Like we said, it's in all the Total Wines, the MGMs. Go to CaptainsPatch.com. Punch in your zip code, and you can find it near you. And also be on the lookout in the next few weeks. We're going to be announcing some more exciting news involving our beer, Captain's Patch, that we have partnered with Elm Creek Brewing on. God, dude, it's getting warm out again.
It is.
Best time of the. It's every time of the year is good to drink this, but especially in the summertime, it hits.
Beer is just great in general. In a cold beer in the summer is amazing on a hot day, but Captain's Patch just makes it a little better.
Just it's that raspberry, it just gives that extra little kick to it.
The fruit. Yep.
Folks, thank you so much for watching, listening to 10K TV. We hope you have a great rest of your night. Let's go Wild and Wolves, and Gopher Basketball hiring an Italian.
Yes. Yep. Patino.